I would like to introduce you guys to the different keepers that are out here who've been working with these guys all day long. We have Jenna, who's going to be doing the feeding for our African penguins. She will be handing out the fish and perhaps maybe even throwing a few in for these guys to be able to swim after. They look like they're ready to go. There's some night smelt that are being thrown into the exhibit. Gives them an opportunity to fish as they would in the wild, except for the fact that the fish is not actually swimming away. But that's okay. They're still able to catch it in the water. We have Julia, who's doing the very important job of recording what everybody is eating here. It's very important. We have over 100 penguins in this exhibit here. So we need to keep track and make sure that they are getting what they need. Obviously, if one hasn't eaten for a few days, we probably need to contact the vets, and we do have a vet hospital on the ground, and they can come down and check these guys out and take care of whatever that is. And we have Ransom in the back there. He's doing the observation today, and he's hanging out with our guest trainers today. And we have Logan. Happy birthday to Logan. And we have Summer. They're going to be our trainers today. And this is a guest experience that you guys can come and do here at the zoo if you look it up on our website. So as I said, these guys are African penguins. You will find them off the coast of South Africa and Namibia, and they typically nest on islands off of there, but they also a couple of coastal colonies as well on the mainland of Africa, but that is on the southern tip of Africa. So these guys are basically warm weather penguins. You can see, if you look at them closely, you'll see a little pink spot right above their eye, and those spots help them to get rid of heat when they're out in the hot African sun. To be able to do that. So these guys are an endangered species, and part of that has to do with food supply. Unfortunately, some of the currents off South Africa and Namibia have changed a bit, possibly due to climate change. They're not finding as many fish in the areas that they used to. And the other thing is overfishing. So there are there's a pretty heavy fishery for the sardine run, the anchovy run that happens off of South Africa. And it's been, they've taken a lot of fish out of the area, so these guys sometimes have trouble being able to raise their young. So what do we do about that here at the Maryland Zoo? Well, we actually have the largest breeding colony in North America here at the Maryland Zoo for African penguins. And we've had 10 youngsters, and if you look into the group of penguins here, you'll see several of our youngsters in the group. And what you want to look for is their dark heads. They have much darker heads. So right in front of Jenna there is a couple of them just as close as you can be on top of that rock. Those are some of our gemstones, what we call our gemstones here. These guys were everybody that was born in fall of 2020 or early winter of 2021 were named after gemstones. So our first penguin of 2021, we actually had a naming contest, and she ended up with a gemstone name for a bright red gemstone. So what would that be, guys? Ruby. Ruby, you got it, excellent. So that's the name of our first penguin born here in 2021. But do we breed these penguins just to have naming contests? Absolutely not. The reason why we breed these guys is we do share them with other facilities in the United States that have African penguins, and we don't do it in a random manner. What we do with these, what we will do is we'll actually try to match make these penguins with individuals that are in families that they have not mated very frequently. Their family has not mated with very frequently, and what that does is allow us to have genetic diversity in the populations in zoos and aquariums. So, and then that's important because it allows these birds to be able to resist diseases better and to be able to adapt to changes in the environment. So that's an important thing for these guys. We belong to a program called the Species Survival Plan with the Association of Zoos and Aquariums, which is our umbrella organization here at the Maryland Zoo. All right, who has some questions? Oh, right off the bat. Go ahead. What's your question? Just yell it out at me.